Peace, Shalom, Hotep. It's Sister Feedback at you one more time. Got an email from a sister who has children that go home to an empty house. And she wanted me to give her a couple tips on what to tell them about entering the house alone and how they can enter it a little more safely than just entering the house. I figured, good topic. Not only for me to explain it to the little ones, but also for me to explain it to the big ones. Entering and exiting a apartment, car, whatever, is one of the most dangerous times. It is always a transition that is the most dangerous time. Okay. Upon entering the house, before you go in, there's some things you're going to want to look for, casually look for, but look for nonetheless. You want to look for any disturbed doors. That's right. Even if it means walking around the back just casually so you can look at what's going on in the back part of the house. But not only are you doing that, you're inspecting the whole house all the way around, because we also know that screens come out and they're laid to the side of the house. Something has to be done with that screen, and that's evidence that somebody might have tampered with that particular window, especially if you know the screens were in and how things were before you left. If you see that the doors have been tampered, the door is askew, do not go in. Just that simple. You can avoid everything. Go to a neighbor's house. Everybody's got a cell phone. Hit the cell phone. Call the proper authorities. Problem averted. Okay. Another scenario. Say you've come home. You've done the casual outer inspection. Nothing's wrong that you can see. And footnote. Want you to check those windows down there at the baseline of the ground as well. The ones that go into the basement. The ones that are about, say, that wide. Just wide enough for a human body to fit into. It only has to be about that. Open about that wide. You can slide right on in there. So that's something else to think about. Those windows down at the bottom on the basement levels for those people who have homes with basements. That, you talk about sliding on in there. You hiding in hell in your house. But never mind. Moving on. Okay. Say you come through the door, nothing's askew. Well, there are two ways to handle this, and you can handle it any way you want. It depends. If you're using the buddy system, say you have two children, or you and somebody else, or however you want to work that. One goes in on the recognizance mission. The other one stays outside for a lookout. Now, how you choose that to go down is up to you. But I do not enter my home without some type of creative weapon in my hand, whether it be my book bag, my keys, another pair of shoes. I'm even down for a little chemical warfare, perfume, any spray bottles with chemicals in it. That is one of the best creative weapons ever. And I know, ladies, you have a lot of that in your purse. Nail files, pens. But yeah, damn pens. Even these. I mean, as quiet as it's kept, there's a reason on the label. It says that you should not expose your eyes to this light. Let me put it back here. I hope you can see it. Ah! There's a little red light right there. You see it? You shouldn't expose your eyes to that. Blind him with the red light. Okay. But that's one. Something you can do. Also in my bag, I don't know about other people's bags. Carry a razor. Just something to have. Even things like bottles of oil. It can be squirted out, slip on the floor. Shh. Somebody slip behind you, they can't run after you. And this could truly be any type of oily substance that can catch the floor. A lot of people don't realize it. Good old lotion. Lotion does a lot for people who are chasing you. Especially if say you're in the house. This is for ladies and little girls. Just a little creative weaponry idea. You're in the house per se. You're going in the house. You see somebody, they start to chase after you. If you have the wherewithal or even the mindset to get it out of your bag, you have the perfect slippery when wet kind of thing to get done. It's fun to watch them fall on the floor, bust a head open, and try to get back up with a product like this on the floor. Mayonnaise does it too. It's really funny. I also do things like jewelry, beautiful jewelry. Sometimes I wear this as a pendant, but all of my jewelry, sometimes you have to be very careful with it. But it's just something to think about when you're out. Ladies, we have to learn to protect ourselves beautifully, just to let you get a better look at this. I love this. And these are the type of things people send me sometimes. Actually, I bought this because I thought it was so freaking beautiful. And sometimes I will also wear this. My hair right here. Just plug it in. Nobody knows what it is unless they know what it is. There are a lot of things that you can do on your, say you have your keys. Knuckles. You know, if they're small enough, you can actually wrap it around one. You know. If you want puncture on this one thing, show you about a creative weaponry. Just to give you an idea of what can be done with very simple stuff. Now, you're walking in the house. First thing you want to do is, if you're like me, I don't want to disturb the person who's in my house. So when I walk through, I don't cut on the lights as I walk through. I want to meet you on your ground. But for you, turn on the lights as you go. Turn on the lights as you go. As you enter the room, first things first, when you open the door, I don't recommend that you open any door standing in front of it. Stand behind the door to open it. And here's the thing. Make sure you have a foot out away from your body when you open that door. So when and if somebody is in that on the other side and they decide to push that door, it doesn't slap you in the face, hence knocking you out. It will stop at your foot or your arm, whatever, just put up a barrier. And if you have a stick, something that you can hit somebody with, you know, glass little bottle, you'd be amazed at what that'll do as they're coming out. And then if they're coming out, you're behind them. And it's another tactic per se. With your neighbors, here's another thing you can do with your children. With your neighbors, if you trust your neighbors, and this is if you trust your neighbors, you can actually get a light signal. Sounds funny, but true. If you have neighbors that are watchful out their doors, if your children can flicker the lights, like per se 3 on 2, a series of 3 flicks, bloom, 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 bloom. Kind of like a bat signal. Cute, but you know it, very effective. Also, let's say your kids are at home. Somebody decides they're going to come in on them while they're in the house. First, make sure your children have a safe zone. Somewhere where you have outfitted that there's a phone close and some type of objects that they can defend themselves. Baseball bats, golf clubs, mace, pepper spray, taser, slingshot. I'm not gonna lie, my kids have slingshots. I taught them how to shoot a slingshot with a ball bearing when they were very, very young. Yeah, no, it's that whole David and Goliath thing, but it's a silent weapon. There's some things that you can do. You guys, you can work with that for a while. I think I'm going to do another one of these because I didn't get into a lot of things that I really wanted to get into. But again, if you're going into your home, one, try to use the buddy system as much as possible. Two, make sure you cut on the lights as you go. Three, make sure when you open those doors, those closets, those doors that have been closed to bedrooms that you're not sure what's on the other side, that you always use an arm guard or a foot guard. So if that door comes flying back at you, there's something to protect your person from that door. Again, have a safe spot, mace, golf clubs, baseball bats, anything that you deem necessary and you deem safe enough that your children or you will be able to use. Don't put anything in a safe spot that you're not going to use. But that being said, I hope this helped. Salam, shalom, hotep. Again, I'm always listening. Ear to the street, ear to the street, ear to the street. Trying to keep y'all safe. Peace, salam, hotep. Y'all take care. Shalom.